It's the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think you'll have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now
See
I
this?
know.
How you cannot go
Baby,
again?
baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled
who
to
are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, how is everybody doing? Come on in, come on in. I know we early. Tina Powers in the house. She said, "What's up, baby? Everybody, come on in, come on in. Let's talk about what is going on in the conversation." Sandra Watson's in the building. How you doing? And Nancy LaRose. Amari is in the building. Really? What's going on up there in Virginia, Amari? Tell us if anything's going on with the Cody Bigsby case and seeing if anything's out there. We haven't heard from Virginia in a while. What's going on up in there? We got Zena Tolbert in the building. What's going on? She said, "I got emergency." You got emergency? You okay? She gonna be gone. She gonna be gone. That's okay. We gonna pray for you, girl. Tina Powers is in the building. Tina Powers, she's saying good evening. Lisa Calhoun, Nancy LaRose is in here. See, I be coming on and y'all be like, "Oh, something's going on. Something's going on." And I'm on time. I'm not late today. No, you're not late. We're early. We early. We early. I came on in because check this out. I don't know if y'all been seeing this lately. I've been having meetings to go to and life as it is. Let's see what this is. Oh, telling me about a part. I already see people late. I already bought what I needed to buy. If they don't have what I need or want or whatever, don't have me on wait or hold, because other people got it too. So anyway, you guys, let me share with you. Remember, I told you this back in remember in June, we're talking about the YSL case with Young Thug is severed from that. He done already plead guilty to the charges that he plead guilty to, or no contest, basically. And he is out. He's at home. He's staying out of the limelight. He's taking care of family, taking care of his kids. We really haven't heard from him other than he's still a goat and he can still go live. That's what he said. He's still a goat and he can still go live. He is not locked up. He is not in nobody's cage. He's eating homegrown food, and I'm pretty sure his girlfriend, she's the scientist. She's happy that he's home. And a lot of people don't understand that. Home is better than anything else. Like, only thing you think about, I want to go home, I want to go home. Once you go home, then you understand what changes you're going to have to do. So for the next couple of years, we probably won't hear from him. He's going to sit back and see what's going to happen to. I think they just came back in the chambers, came back in the courtroom. But anyway, nevertheless, you guys, I wanted to share with you some breaking news that came on yesterday. They were in the courtroom in the YSL case, and the lady that was on the stand, Miss Van Vito or whatever they call her, Miss D, that she's supposed to literally know everything because she likes to listen to people's conversation and think that she's just brilliant, but she has a biased opinion about everything. But she just thinks she knows everything. Oh my God, she literally gets on your nerve because she just cannot answer the question. The question is a answer with a yes and a no, but she wants to explain. We don't need you to explain. We want a yes or no answer. Well, there's a reason behind why she wants to explain. She wants Shannon to go to jail forever. Okay? I don't know what it is, but when Shannon go live, that woman is on his page like white on rice. She like in every... Okay, he opened up his page. She on there looking. What is he gonna say? And everything that he say, she write. Well, evidently she ain't writing it down, but she memorizes it. She memorizes it too. She ain't got no notes. She ain't got no reports, but she remember everything. Well, y'all, yesterday in the courtroom, or let me say outside of the courtroom, if you don't know, now you finna know. This woman, and I don't know if you guys remember Kayla Bumpkins. She was the attorney that stood in for Malnick when he went out of town, and she represented Wody. And that's when they did the parte or whatever, the ex-parte and all of that. Anyway, allegedly, it was said in court yesterday, they had a little big discussion. I say little big, it was messy. That Kayla did marry Mr. Shannon Stillwell, hashtag Jackson, or underscore, not underscore, but slash Jackson underscore SB. So, and this was back in August. And so, you know me, I'm like, what the heck? So, is it true that the attorney, Miss Kayla Bumpkins, married Shannon while he was in jail in August? Shut the front door. So, I did a little snooping because I was like, I done missed it all, fooling around with other stuff, and I wanted to know. Well, Kayla had an open live yesterday, and she was over Shannon's grandmother's house. Now, you guys know Shannon's grandmother took care of him as he grew up. His mother and father is not in his life. His mother passed away, and I guess his father never was in his life. So grandma, she took care of him. That's her boo bear. That's her man. That's her everything. That's her grandbaby. She love him. And he can't do no wrong. That's her grandbaby. Don't even play with her. Because you know what? My grandbaby don't even play with me. I love mine the same way. If you want to come after my grandbaby, you better come after me. So grandma, Miss Kayla was over grandma's house. And they was having a good time. Kayla went live. Somebody was putting makeup on her, and they was having a good time. And they were talking about it. But this lady that was on the stand at this particular time got into it with Miss Kayla out in the hallway. She told Kayla, if you call you, that'll be the last time you gonna call me a garden tool. Just put it like that. She told Kayla that. Now, what do you see wrong in this? Because this got anything to do with they being guilty, non-guilty, or whatever? But she's on the stand, and she's testifying against Shannon, getting into arguments with Shannon's wife. And it's kind of like, this is the last time you gonna call me this. Like, Kayla can marry who she want to marry. Now, did I say that was probably she can marry who she want to marry. I done did some crazy stuff like that too before in my life. I am not going to lie. I'm not going to say, girl, what was you on? What was you thinking? Because we think we can save them. We love them. They look good, and, they speak the language we want to hear, and, and they look good, and we're like, woo, 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 and then we don't know what we got ourselves into when they come home. They can be whoever they'll say anything while they locked up, but I'm going to tell you something. It sounds so good. We don't care. We don't care. You can't tell us because we don't care. And I'm not taking Kayla's side. I'm just saying I know where she coming from. She gonna marry whoever she want to marry, whether they locked up, whether they not locked up, whether they're a bad boy, whether they're not. She knew him ahead of time or before. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs. I just know you don't have to know him ahead of time. She fell head over heels and she married him. Allegedly. She didn't say she was or she wasn't, but she also actually did say, y'all gonna make me get a divorce before I even really be married. I believe they wouldn't have spoke on it in the courtroom had it not be true. And it was the state that said that the state said this, that Kayla, is married to Shannon Jackson. The state said it in court yesterday, and my mouth flew open. I'm like, oh my goodness. Now, sometimes people get married so that you can't call them as a witness, or they don't have to lie on stand about what they know, which is a good thing. And it could be protecting Kayla because Kayla is an attorney. And if she knew something, it would, she would definitely have to come on the stand and say something. But if she's married to him, they can't make her say anything about her husband. So, hey, pick your poison. But it's kind of weird because, who knows what Woody told Kayla. With this Velveeta Van Burrito, whatever you want to call her, She's listening to everybody's phone call. I guarantee you that this woman, she's listening to stuff that she needs not to be listening to. Just because she got a court order that she can listen to your phone doesn't mean that she can listen to what I say. And she just thinks she's above the law. She thinks she knows the law. She thinks she knows guns. She thinks she knows what the word mean and all this other stuff. And she thinks she knows what this word. She thinks that she is the powerhouse between slang and to explain to everybody what the slang mean. That girl, that means this. That means that. That means this. That means that. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to tell you right now, what people think things mean and what the real world think things mean. I don't care if you're a gang expert or you talk the slang. It doesn't mean the same thing to everybody. It just doesn't. And just because you use it that way or you heard 50 minutes, and I know this to be true because I ran into this OG. And me and him, we had conversation. And I say, I text him something and I said, I put a LOL there. And he told me that meant lots of luck. Lots of luck? Hey, Dee Dee, how you doing? What's going on? And I said, boy, that don't mean lots of luck. That means laughing out loud. He's like, no, that means lots of luck. I said to myself, I can't even make this up. It didn't matter how many times that if I text him and something and said LOL after explaining to him it means laughing out loud, he told me that is not what that means. It means lots of luck. So it's easy to get a definition from anybody, but it doesn't mean that their definition means what it meant when you sent it out. You understand what I'm saying? Hey D, whose picture you got on there? Whose picture you got on there? Let me see. Oh, got the pretty babies. Okay, I see you. I see you. So, yeah. It's like lots and lots of luck. So, I was trying to do something, and I don't know if I can do it. That's what I was checking on yesterday, and somehow, I trying to figure it out. And I didn't figure it out. Trust and believe. I did not figure it out. I did not figure it out. I did not. But we ain't gonna worry about it. I'm trying to figure it out now, and I still ain't got it figured out. Maybe if I go into there. See, people want to call me now. I ain't got time. Let me see. I don't know. I do not know. I do not know. I do not know. I do not know. So, anywho, yeah, let's see here. It don't let me do what I needed to do. It says error every time I try to do something. So that's crazy. So is Kayla married to Shannon? You guys? Is she? I don't have a clue if she is or if she is not. Don't have a clue. So the state rests and the defense attorney is up asking questions now. I want you guys to know that. And they're trying to put in the words, what words they need to figure all of this out. They're saying it's all in her hands. We don't know if that is true. Let's see. Because
I understand that we will modify our proposed verdict form now we have a better idea of what the judge.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry, it's just not an easy thing to do. Okay, so I shall stop screaming.
they say Shannon will get time served at probation. The judge don't believe
Alright.
the murder should stick.
Circle back to a couple of items.
So
that
the
were
judge don't believe that the murder should stick.
on, the rest of the jury charges.
Yeah, the judge said today she never done a RICO charge before, a case, so she really don't know how to word certain things. And
And I don't mind if it would be helpful to share this one as well.
so she's asking for all advice. I think that it's gonna. She done already said that the both defendants, neither one of them wants to get up on the stand.
Yes, I haven't done anything to it, so I'm just gonna scroll through unless anybody has thought of anything else to where we.
And that's the best thing for them, not to get on the stand.
The stipulations.
Woody said something.
Go back up to the
Woody's
beginning and
in.
take out the counts,
Woody's
which
in the
direct
chat
verdict
room.
was granted, which
Woody is in the chat room. Oh my God.
59.
And that's Woody's channel too.
I don't know how to do that one. Laura, can you take that for action? Because I don't know how to get rid of the. Thank you. 59, 60, and 62 are out.
So this woman was acting like she wasn't following the case. She doesn't know nothing. But then she had to answer something.
63 is not gone completely. It's just different now.
No, it's a 131 instead of a 133,
Right.
correct?
They wanted the big fish, and it was Jeffrey, not that Jeffrey got to pin it on somebody. Yeah, they did. They did want the big person.
Right.
Crazy.
Ditch the previously convicted of a felony part. It would just be possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. 131.
The
Yeah,
jurors
something
are
like
already deliberating. No, they're not.
Something.
They haven't even got the instructions. So I'm reading some of the chat, what they're saying. Glenville wouldn't have taken anything out. This judge making certain no appeals. There is going to be appeal.
Alright. Y'all are still working on the stipulations.
You guys, this is crazy.
And the stipulations, once you write them up, they can just go out with the jury? Or is that
This
what
is
they're gonna
hideous
do?
to say
Okay,
the
in
least.
which case, if they're
GA
going
should
out, I
never
can just
try a
kinda
RICO case ever
generally
again. The juror
say
is about to go
these
through
topics instead
more
of reading
torture
them, or I can
with
read them,
juror
whichever.
instructions. This is horrific work being displayed.
So, I mean, normally it's like a piece of paper that's, joint exhibit, whatever it is. I don't know if y'all have done any more joint exhibits, but
SB wasn't the only
Yeah.
one Verito
Okay.
slept with. So the lady that was on the stand saying all this,
entered into stipulation about
she slept with all of these men. And they need to say
Facts.
something about it. She slept with these defendants.
and then
Oh my goodness. I didn't know that. She slept with these boys.
bad typing, but we can fix that later. These 4 stipulations will be are marked as joint exhibits. We can make it pretty later. Okay. Oh. Really bad typing. Maybe I should.
That is something I didn't know.
And then where the parties stipulate that's in the nature of evidence. All right. Apparently on
Unbelievable.
3140, there was a question as to whether you were going to check Ms. Hilton on whether any of the criminal convictions were for a crime of dishonesty or making a false statement.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, well, at this point, we're just going to say felony. Okay.
See, they're going to charge her for making a false
I
statement.
don't know why this is highlighted. I've got a question. I mean, yes, a conspirator is an accomplice, but do we need to use both of those words here when we're saying where the witness is an accomplice?
So Detective Burrito was Shannon's PO officer. Oh my goodness.
Thoughts, anyone?
She used to be his PO
I
officer.
mean, I guess we're gonna tell him, here's how you can, okay, I'll just leave it the way it is if nobody has any preference.
Actually, I'm sorry, I think it's a good idea to put more co-conspirator.
They got 29 pages of jury instructions. 29 pages.
Anybody care whether we say it on its own or by itself?
Verito Angela Vordez. That's her name, I guess.
We'll just go back, and I'm not going to do this right now, but we'll just say or co-conspirator for all of those. So I'll just highlight that, and we'll go back and do that.
This is crazy, you guys. See, you learn a lot if you just sometimes reading the chat.
Co-conspirator is that corroboration of an accomplice instruction. With it, if it's truly a co-conspirator, it's not
you're
that same
right.
legal principle.
You're right.
I just don't. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and we're instructing them separately about.
They call him Hands. He ain't really said nothing. Then all of a sudden, he jumps up like, "This is not what we're gonna do."
All right, and the defendants have both chosen not to testify, so we now know that.
Anyway, you guys, I kind of cooked some ribs and some macaroni salad. That's what I cooked today. The sad thing about this whole situation is they have not proved these two boys had anything to do with Peanut's death or Drink's death. Now, if it was me, I would simply be more on, no, I couldn't say because the car rolled after they left and then stepped on the brakes, but then you've got another person that drove up after them, and that's when I seen a little flash of a light. So I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out. I think on the one above, we're trying to determine that was appropriate because did we really have a photo
They saying that she slept with Woody also.
scenario where that was implied? I don't. And I think you're adding accomplices.
So Woody said, I would never slept nowhere near Hilton. But Verito is a different story. They saying that she looks good.
Yeah, there's no eyewitness identification really of either of these defendants.
However,
Well,
there was two certain overt acts that were not specifically Mr. Devine McMullen and Mr. Walter Murphy shooting case.
right,
I remember that.
okay.
So we're trying to figure out how, if you look at what.
Well, yeah, and it's not even just lineups. I mean, it's like the girl who was in the car that identified Ryan as the one who killed.
And so I think that probably needs to stay there. So I think in 13511, what we're struggling with is it's rated.
Yeah.
Defendants.
Yeah. Right.
The judge is expressing concerns that the jury may lean towards a guilty verdict.
I don't love the conspirator because it's almost, I know it's not intended this way, but it's almost like a suggestion that Ryan is a conspirator with us or Walter Murphy's a conspirator. Can we just say individual? Identify an individual.
The fact that the state making all of these arguments like this should have been mistrial months ago is laughable. The fact that the defense can't tell the jury is also wild. There will be a need for analytic thinking, perception, and comprehension. And her verbiage and tone said to me that she may not be one of the deep thinkers.
With Mr. Ryan, I mean, the overt acts still have to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. So I don't think the standard is different.
Now, this I have no idea.
Okay.
as the perpetrator of, I mean, it's not necessarily crimes that anybody's charged with if they're overt acts. As having committed.
Well, they say Paige don't know what she doing.
Not the party, right? Party. The perpetrator of or party to.
So tomorrow is the day that they're gonna give all of this to them. Okay?
The act/crime? The act.
SP, if she slept with all these defendants, wouldn't her testimony be considered tainted / false? The judge said no.
That
The judge said no.
another person committed any alleged offense.
They say it's all gonna come down to the
This part's weird.
statements,
Of our overt act.
the closing statements. The defense did not present anything. They just argued, you guys, about what was said.
That okay with the state? Just change offense to act? Okay. And then I guess we're fine with that.
I'm kind of glad that they are letting us see the back end of this as they're making the rules and the regulations and stuff.
If we're gonna say this part,
It's just so weird that this is going to go down in history,
I mean,
and they're making it as they
I don't
go.
know that we need to say this part at all right now.
It is strange that the judge is asking for permission.
Yeah.
Somebody said, I thought Steele was the best later lawyer ever, but I take it back. Kayla is. Whatever. You know. I don't know. There is a significant that she married Shannon. I mean, if she did, allegedly, we don't know. But if she did, I mean, that's her business if she did. I mean, some people, I mean, knowing what I know now, being the age that I am, I wouldn't. But her age, yeah, it's highly possible that she did marry the young lad. And if that's what she chooses to do with her life,
By definition,
that's what she
we
chooses
might
to
not
do.
know who they are. I mean, it says up here beyond a reasonable doubt. I think that's really all we need to. It's not necessary that the defendant show that another person.
The
committed
state
the alleged
called
act.
everyone. The
The rest of
defense
this,
had no
because
one
it's
left to
written for
call.
something that's
But the
totally
state
not
lost
applicable here.
this a while
Maybe
ago
just is
by calling
confusing and
50,
also not
11 million
necessary.
people.
What do you think?
That's what they're saying. Say, gang, since this a cosplay chat in his future birthday. I don't know. Somebody saying y'all want to make every fantasy excuse for why Kayla married Shannon. Uh-oh, it took it out. Somebody took it out. Somebody took out what she said.
The burden never shifts to the defense.
Man, I couldn't read it fast enough.
What?
Regardless of the outcome of this, if they get found guilty, there's enough evidence and proof of corruption, bias, prejudice, misconduct, you name it, by the state to have many appeals to the RICO. Exactly.
How about just the burden of proof never shifts to the defense? All right.
These unindicted co-conspiracies is some mess. Badly, the ones who weren't indicted are probably the actual shooters. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the people that they had that they let go and gave deals to, those were the ones they should have probably, you know,
So some of these come out.
had on there. Somebody said, I wouldn't have married Kayla to catch the hustle. Yeah, the judge know that this is unfair. Every guy in jail wants to get married, then they get out. Exactly. Didn't Bumpkins just recently give birth? I don't know.
Firearm here.
They said Kayla's the hood attorney. Okay. I'm just reading what they're saying. The defense didn't do enough to prove these guys are truly innocent. They didn't, but they did. They could, you know. Juror 56 definitely saying not guilty. Some things will never change. They playing with these guys' life. Yeah, I know. The defense are doing just fine. The defense doesn't have to prove anything. They don't, but they do have to, show concerns that you can't just let anything be said.
Of course, the court outlines the crimes provided. The state just wanted to make sure and was thinking, out of an abundance of caution for the jury to understand that, RICO is not what, this paragraph is envisioning in terms of that knowledge requirement. I mean, the court or the state was thinking through out loud if, this specific provision or instruction, of knowledge doesn't fit the RICO instructions are kind of in their own universe.
Well, that's why it doesn't, I'm sorry. But you give a set list.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable, you guys. So, I just want you guys to know
This
that
instruction is limited to these.
they're just doing these instructions.
Sufficiently says this doesn't include RICO. Okay. Appreciate you bringing that up. Okay. All right, I'm saying this before the RICO also, but I don't think it hurts to say this one. Is this multiple ways of committing a crime only applicable to RICO? All right, Laura, do you want to just delete all of the RICO stuff and drop what we just did into there?
You got an answer to your question about more than one way, that there are gang act charges here which allege.
I don't think they understand what they are doing. She slept with all these defendants, wouldn't her testimony be considered tainted or false? Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll just kind of say
Nope.
that in here in the midst of it, and then I'll say it again before I'm talking about Rico.
They're making it so complicated.
Okay. Criminal gang activity. Counts 50.
They said, yeah, a RICO is supposed to be like a slam dunk.
This one may have to be.
This case is
separated
like
out
an air
for each
ball. It's
defendant.
just thrown out there.
If we're listing.
Let's see who this is.
Crimes.
People love to call you in the middle of something and just get to talking like you could just talk to
Well, we
them.
can put. Yeah.
Anyway, you guys, that's all that they're talking about right now.
But count 57 is pretty specific as to what are the actions.
I can't.
29 pages of jury instructions. 29 pages. Unbelievable. So the judge won't Yak to go free. So the RICO statute is vague, therefore interpretation is broad. It is a blank check
What
for the
was somebody
state.
saying?
DA's office. Terrible. Nothing is beyond a reasonable doubt, so not guilty.
I mean,
So it's 26 pages so far, you guys. Not 29, it's 26. They cut it down.
oh. Yeah.
In that
Yeah.
paragraph where it has criminal gang activity, I believe there needs to be possession of either marijuana with intent to distribute, because it has any criminal offense that involves violence, possession of a weapon, or use of a weapon. So
Yeah.
there needs to be a comma, possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, because that's not defined in the first criminal gang activity. But it
We
is-
don't have use of a weapon alleged, right? Oh, yes, we do. Never mind. Never mind.
You have it defined below, but not in the first criminal gang activity paragraph.
Anyway, you guys,
Possession of marijuana.
With intent to distribute.
Does it have to be with? Okay.
That's the only charge left.
my mother would always, I'm done listening to them. They're just going over so much of the rigmarole that's not even, they're just reaching. They're just reaching for anything that they can. And But these are these boys' lives, I guess. But nobody's looking at it like that. Like, well, then, somebody will say, what about the people that died? Like, what? Okay, okay, well, let's talk about that. What about the boys' lives that died? Do you have actual evidence that this person shot that person? Or you saying he said this and then he said he didn't say it, and then he's saying he never said it, and he said it because he wanted to go home. But do you actually have evidence? See, you can't take somebody's word for it that then came back and was like, I lied. I just don't see it. You know? So, I don't know how you guys think about this whole situation, but it is crazy to me. It is crazy. Anyway, it's getting late and I'm going to get off of here. I know it's now 3 o'clock and everybody be like, where's P at, No, we done already came on and we went off, but um, they're just going through this and it's nothing, you know. Yeah. I'm looking at a picture of Shannon. Shannon's not bad looking. He's not. It's just, he's definitely a nice looking young man. But with all those tattoos and everything, well, each their own. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here, you guys. I will see you guys um, on a later date. Today is Wednesday, November the 20th. Tomorrow's my youngest daughter's birthday, so she'll turn 28. No, not 28. I'm tripping. She'll turn 22. I don't think she turned 22. Yep, she'll turn 22. All right, you guys, be good, be great, be nice to everybody. Bye.